Picture a small town, trees, fields, quiet streets. A train line cutting the sky. A boy sits on a porch step with a short pencil. The pencil is small. His dream is not. His name is Walt. He is curious. He looks at cows, dogs, birds, and the lawn. Black train. He watches the wheels turn and the smoke rise. He studies shapes, circles, lines, shadows. He wants to put the moving world on still paper. Life on the farm is not easy. There are chores in the morning. There's work in the evening. Hands get cold in winter. Feet get sore in summer. But the boy's mind is warm. His ideas run faster than the train got. He finds paper anywhere. A grocery bag, the edge of a calendar, the back of a letter. He draws what he sees. A cow with kind eyes. A rooster with proud feathers. A train with a smiling face because trains feel alive to him. He draws to understand. He draws to tell a story without words. Sometimes people say, nice picture. He smiles, he's shy, but his heart gets bigger. A picture can make someone happy. He notices this. He keeps drawing. His father is strict. Work first, no excuses. Walt tries to be fast with chores so he can draw. He learns to move with purpose. He learns patience. He learns to find 5 minutes when others see none. He looks closely at faces. Happiness is round. Worry is a narrow line between the eyes. Hope is a lift at the corner of the mouth. He tries to show feelings with simple shapes. He fails many times. He tries again. The paper is full of mistakes. The trash basket is full. His spirit is not that at night. The train whistles. Walt sits by the window. He dreams of far places and busy cities. He does not know their names yet. He only knows the sound of going forward. One day a neighbor gives him a small praise and an old magazine with pictures. He studies each frame. How did the artist make a body move? How did the artist make a laugh sit on a page? He tests new lines, long lines for speed, tiny lines for light, dark lines for fear. He is teaching himself. He also learned something softer. His mother is gentle. She speaks with care. She listens with her eyes as well as her ears. From her, Walt learns kindness. He sees that kindness is a choice, like a line on paper. You can draw it every day. He makes a private promise. I will make people smile, he tells the pencil. The pencil does not answer, but understands. One afternoon, a small school show asks students to bring drawings. Walt feels nervous. His hands shake, but he brings 3 pictures, a horse, a farmhouse, and the train. People walk past. Some stop. A woman smiles. A man laughs softly. A child points and says, look. The room feels warm. This moment matters. It is a small yes from the world. Not money, not a job. Just a yes that tells him to keep going. Sometimes that is the best kind of yes. He begins to organize his time. Chores first. Drawing second. He sets goals. 1 page a day. 2 pages on Sunday. He copies from life. He copies from memory. He tries to draw a moving chicken without looking down. The first lines are wild. The second try is better. The third try is almost right. He studies movement. A tail swings. A leg lifts. A wheel turns. He thinks, what if the picture could move? The idea is too big for now, but it sits in the corner of his mind and waits. Money is tight. The family talks about bills and work. Walt learns the weight of coins. He learns that dreams must live beside numbers. He decides this. If he cannot buy supplies, he will reuse paper. If he cannot buy books, he will borrow magazines. He will not wait for perfect tools to do honest work. He watches the train more closely. People step on and step off. Some cry. Some hug. Some look brave. The train is a stage. Every face is a story. He thinks, one day, I will tell stories for many faces. I will build a place where families can feel safe and happy together. He does not know how. He only knows why. Lesson. A small habit can protect the big dream. Keep the habit. The dream will keep you. Summer fades. The air turns thin and cool. News comes to the house. The family must move. Work is calling elsewhere. The porch, the fields, the friendly tracks, he will leave them behind. He packs a thin stack of drawings and his short pencil. He looks once more at the train line and whispers, "I will make people smile." The train arrives with a long sigh. The boy steps on with his family. The wheels begin to turn. The town grows smaller through the window. A new city waits ahead. New streets, new rules, new chances, new risks. Will the new city crush his dream or help it grow? The city is loud. The streets are busy. Wheels roll. Voices rise. Doors open and close like quick breaths. Walt steps into this rhythm with a bag of newspapers. It is still dark. He wakes before the stars go home. He ties his shoes. He checks his route. He walks fast. He runs sometimes. He works while most people sleep. He learns the corners by heart. Left at the bakery. Right at the barber shop. 3 steps up. 1 step down. A dog barks every morning at the same gate. Walt laughs softly. The dog is never late. His hands grow rough. His feet are often cold. But the work teaches him something. Strong. Show up on time. Show up even when you're tired. He places the papers carefully. He thinks, one day, I will place stories in people's hands. For now, it is news. Later, it will be dreams. School waits after the route. He tries to stay awake. He draws in the margins of his notebook. A leaf, a shoe, a face that looks bored and then alive. After school, he helps at home. After home, he hurries to night classes. The room smells like pencils and dust and hope. He listens, he copies. He learns about lines, shadows, and frames. Some nights he is too tired. He puts his head down for a moment on the desk. The teacher taps his shoulder. He smiles, sits up, and keeps drawing. He thinks, if I want a bigger life, I must build bigger habits. The habit is simple. Keep the pencil moving. He wants a job in art. He sends sketches to small studios. He knocks on doors. Thank you. But no, they say. He carries rejection letters in his pocket, like small stones. He reads them again. The letters do not know him. They only see today's work, not tomorrow's growth. He puts the stones down and draws more. He tries small jobs, drawing ads, making simple cards, copying signs. The money is thin. The experience is thick. He learns to finish on time. He learns to change a drawing without losing the feeling. He learns to listen when a client says, simpler. Simpler is not easy. Simpler is clean. The world changes. War covers maps with smoke and worry. Walt is young and eager to help. He joins a relief service and goes overseas as a driver. He learns new streets with names he cannot say well. He drives an ambulance past broken walls and quiet fields. He sees faces that have seen too much. The days are heavy. The work is careful. He checks the engine. He cleans the windshield. He folds bandages with steady hands. He drives slowly. When the road breaks, he drives faster when a life needs minutes. At night, he draws on the ambulance's canvas cover. Funny faces, friendly animals, little bits of sunlight on wheels. Tired soldiers smile for a moment. A small smile is not small when the day is hard. He returns home with older eyes. He has seen fear. He has seen bravery. He has learned that both can sit in the same seat. He carries that lesson like a quiet tool. When he draws, he tries to draw courage. Back in the city, the same noise is waiting. But he is not the same. He walks straighter. He speaks more clearly. He chooses work that moves him toward the dream. He saves coins. He studies more. He designs a plan. Find partners, rent a tiny room, make something people will remember. He prepares a small folder of his best drawings. He cleans his shoes. He rehearses his pitch in simple sentences. Hello, my name is Walt. I draw. I can help you tell your story. He takes a deep breath. He stands in the hallway. He knocks on the first door. His heart beats fast, but his feet are steady. The door opens. A manager looks at the drawings. The manager nods once, then twice. Maybe, he says. Leave these here. Come back tomorrow. Walt thanks him and steps outside. The air feels new. It feels like the edge of a page before the first line. The morning begins with ink on fingers and hope in the pocket. Walt gets a small job at an ad company. Simple drawings, short messages. Buy this, try that. He does not love ads, but he loves learning. He watches the camera operator. He asks questions. He stays late. He learns small tricks with big effects, how to make a card slide into view, how to make letters dance, how to mix drawings with moving pictures. He studies the path from idea to screen, sketch, cleanup, photograph, frame, patience. Sits in every step. He thinks, if I can make this simple card move, maybe I can make a whole world move. Soon, he wants his own place. He finds a tiny room with a tired window and a bright corner. He rents it anyway. He borrows a desk. He hangs a sheet for a backdrop. He writes a name on the door, Laugh-O-Gram. He smiles. The name feels like Sunshine.Young. Artists join him. They're not famous. They are just hungry to make something new. They bring pencils, jokes, and cheap lunches. They draw fairy tales with city humor. A cat trips over a mop. A princess rolls her eyes. A broom becomes a horse. Laughter fills the room. The work is fun. The work is hard. The work is theirs. Small theaters buy the shorts. Audiences clap. Kids laugh out loud. For 1 minute, 2 minutes, the world feels light. But payments are slow. Promises arrive faster than checks. Rent waits. For no one. The phone rings. When can you pay? Says a voice with no smile. Walt looks at the books. The numbers frown. Paper stacks, not money stacks. He pays the team first. He eats less. He walks instead of taking a ride. He sells a jacket and keeps the camera. He thinks the dream is real. The cash is not. He tries new ideas to bring in more work. He offers to make little commercials. Before the films, he shops storyboards to local businesses. Some say yes, many say no. He learns to hear no without losing his balance. One night he stays after everyone leaves. He draws a girl who will fall into a cartoon world. The real and the drawn will meet and dance. He laughs quietly at the idea. He believes people will love it. He believes, but belief does not pay the rent today. Bills pile up on the desk's left side. On the right side, there are drawings that make him proud. Left side heavy. Right side hopeful. He knows he must fix the left side or the right side will die. He talks to the team. He is honest. We are in trouble, he says. We need more clients or a partner who can pay on time. They nod, and they work harder. They hope harder. Hope is good, but it is not a plan. So, Walt makes a plan. He lists costs. He cuts what he can. He delays what he must. He keeps what matters most, the people and the tools. Weeks pass. The landlord knocks again. The electric bill is late. The camera coughs. The phone rings less. The laughter still lives, but it is tired out one morning. The bad news stops pretending. The studio cannot continue. There is no money to buy more film. There is no money to pay the rent. Walt looks around the room. On the walls, characters smile. On the floor, dreams sit in boxes. He breathes in and decides not to break. He shakes hands with his artists. He thanks them for their light. He promises that this is not the end. We will find a better door. He says he believes it. He must dot. He sells what he can, keeps a few drawings, and saves his best idea. The mouse has not arrived yet, but the courage has. He buys a cheap train ticket. Destination, California. There's talk of bigger studios. There's talk of chance. He packs a small suitcase, shirts, socks, a notebook, and a stubborn heart dot at the station. He stands on the platform with a thin coat and a thick dream. The train hisses. He looks back at the city that taught him craft and loss, and forward too. A coast he has not seen. He steps onto the train. He does not know it. But the fall he just lived will become a stare. California feels like a fresh page. Walt steps off the train with a thin coat and a wide plan. His brother Roy meets him with a careful smile. Roy is calm. He understands numbers. Walt is bright. He understands pictures. Together, they make a good line. They set up a tiny studio. One room, a borrowed camera, a table that shakes when trucks pass outside. They share one dream. Tell clean, happy stories and make families smile. Work begins. Walt sketches fast. Roy writes letters. counts coins, and keeps the book straight. Friends help. They build simple shorts with humor and heart. They sell a few. They learn faster than before. Small money arrives, then leaves to pay rent and film, but hope stays. A new character comes, a quick, cheerful rabbit. His ears bounce, his feet flash. He gets into trouble and laughs his way out. People love him. The rabbit's name is Oswald. The studio breathes easier. More theaters call. The team grows. The dream grows too. A big distributor offers a contract. It looks good. It sounds safe. The studio signs. They celebrate with cheap sandwiches and tea. They think, now we can plan. Now we can rest a little. But hidden lines in contracts are like hidden cracks in a wall. You do not see them until the storm hits. Orders increase. Deadlines come like waves. The team works late. Pencils scratch, cameras click. Film rolls and rolls. Some nights they run out of ideas before they run out of hours. Walt walks outside and listens to the city. He returns with one more joke, one more chase, one more way for Oswald to win. Months pass. Then bad air enters the room. The distributor calls Walt to New York to discuss terms. He travels across the country in a heavy suit and a light heart. He believes success will bring respect. The meeting is cold. The chairs are soft, but the voices are hard. Walt learns a painful fact. The distributor owns the rights to Oswald. The contract gave it away. The distributor also offers less money for the next season. He says some of Walt's best artists will stay with him, not with Walt. They have been promised higher pay. The decision is already set. Walt sits still. He hears the sentence, but his heart says no. He will not lead without ownership. He will not agree to less when the work is more. He shakes hands, but not in peace. He walks out into the city noise and feels very alone. On the train back to California, the window shows dark fields and silver rivers. He keeps his face calm for Roy in his mind, but inside he is breaking. Then he chooses not to break. He repeats a simple line, I can start over. He opens his notebook. He draws small circles. He tries a long nose. He tries short. He gives the new character bright eyes and big, friendly ears. He makes the body simple so it can move in many ways. He writes a few names in the margin. Some sound wrong. One name feels like a smile when you say it. He underlines it once, then twice. The new character is not just ink. It is a promise to himself. Never lose the heart of your work again. He arrives in California and tells Roy the truth. It hurts, but the brothers stand together. They will start over. They will build a new world on fair ground. They will keep their team safe. They will own the future they create. Walt gathers the remaining artists. He explains clearly, not angrily. We lost Oswald, he says. We will make someone new. He shows the sketch of a small creature with big ears. The room warms. Ideas fly. Laughter returns. They test scenes. The pencil becomes the key again. They plan something brave. Not only pictures, but pictures with sound. Music that matches movement. Laughter that you can hear. It is risky. It is right. Night falls. Walt locks the door and holds the new sketch. He whispers, you will need courage too. He smiles. He feels poor in money but rich in control. He has learned a hard rule. Success without ownership is a weak bridge. Now he will build a strong one. The new character fills the studio with hope. He is small, friendly, and quick. He is brave in funny ways. He gets into trouble, then smiles, then finds a way out. The team laughs as they draw him. They try different hats. They test how the ears move. Simple circles. Clear shapes. Easy to read, even from the back row of a theater, but the world is changing. Movies begin to speak. Songs come from the screen. Audiences clap when voices match the lips. Silent shorts now feel old. Walt sees the future and does not look away. He says, let's make our mouse talk. Let's make him sing. Let's make the sound move with him. The room goes quiet. Then the room sparks. It is a big risk. Sound costs money. Sound needs skill. If it fails, people may laugh for the wrong reason. But the team has a habit now. They face fear. Then they face the work. They test. They learn. They test again. They practice with a metronome. Tick, tick, tick. The beats teach timing. A foot hits the ground on beat 3. A hat flies on beat 6. A whistle blows on beat 8. The motion and music shake hands. The screen begins to dance. Nights grow longer. Coffee cups grow colder. The camera clicks. The pencil scratches. The microphone waits in a small booth like a patient bird. The team records squeaks, caps, and short words. They match each sound to each frame with care. If a step is late, the magic breaks. If a laugh is early, the joke dies. Timing is a tiny god. In the room, and everyone listens, they choose a story that is clear and noisy in a fun way. A boat, a whistling hero, pots and pans. A goat that eats music and plays it back. It is silly. It is smart. It is a new way to show joy. They work until the sun forgets their names. Still, they keep going. On the first test day, the projector hums. The lights go dark. The mouse appears. He moves with rhythm. He whistles. The sound lands exactly when his mouth opens. The room shivers. They laugh and clap. Some wipe tears. The team does not feel tired now. They feel alive. They show the short to an audience. People enter with normal faces and leave with wide smiles. Children imitate the whistle in the street. Adults whisper, "How did they do that?" The studio breathes deeper. Hope is not an idea anymore. Hope is a film on a reel. The mouse gets a name that feels round and friendly in the mouth. The name is simple to say in many languages. The character becomes more than a drawing. He becomes a little friend who teaches courage without speeches. He faces a big world with a small body and a bright heart. People see themselves in him and they feel brave. Money begins to arrive on time. Not mountains, but steady hills. The studio pays old bills. The team buys better tools. Walt thanks Roy for keeping the numbers clean. Roy thanks Walt for keeping the purpose clear. The brothers smile the same tired, happy smile. Walt studies the audience. Where do they laugh? Where do they lean forward? When are they quiet in a good way? He asks the animators for cleaner lines, stronger poses, and sharper timing. He is kind, but he is also exact. We can do better, he says. They nod. They want to do better. They build a small rule book. Make the action red in silhouette. Show feeling in the eyes first, then in the hands. Keep the scenes simple so the joke is strong. Let music support the mood, not fight it. If the story is not clear without words, fix the pictures. The mouse appears again and again in new shorts. He drives, cooks, sings, and gets into good trouble. His friends join him, each with a clear shape and a clear heart. The studio does not sell just pictures now. The studio sells a feeling. Safe fun, clean joy, a place for the family to laugh together. One evening, Walt walks past the dark desks. He hears the echo of the day, pencils tapping, chairs rolling, quiet jokes, steady beats. He thinks about the train ride when he lost the rabbit. He looks at the screen now and sees a mouse who gave him back more than he lost. He thanks the past for its hard lessons. He thanks the team for their bright work. He thanks courage for staying close and little. Mouse is a star now. The audience laughs. The box office pays the bills. But Walt hears a louder call. More feeling. More depth. More beauty. He wants the pictures to sing even when the sound is off. He wants the screen to glow like a dream. Color is the next step. Real color costs real money. New cameras, new. Film, new lights. The safe choice is to wait. The brave choice is to try. Walt chooses brave. Roy studies the numbers. He breathes slowly and says, "If we do it, we must do it well." Walt nods. "Better than well," he says. "Better than before." They begin with short films. Flowers move with life. Leaves dance in the wind. Water shines. The team learns how color changes feeling. Warm colors smile. Cool colors calm. Shadows speak. They test every scene. Too bright? Pull it back. Too flat? Push it forward. The screen feels brighter, clearer, stronger than last year. Walt sets a new rule. Quality first. He will not rush a weak scene to meet a date. If the joke is late, fix the timing. If the pose is muddy, redraw the body. If the color fights the mood, change the palette. Some days, this rule hurts. Retakes cost money. Retakes cost sleep. But the audience can feel care even if they do not see the work behind it. Walt believes that quality is kindness to your audience. The studio becomes a school. New artists arrive with big eyes and fast hands. Older artists teach them. They hold classes in anatomy, acting, and perspective. They draw a simple object, a ball, a chair, a hand again and again until it feels honest. They practice weight and balance. They study how a smile begins in the eyes and then moves to the mouth. They learn that characters are not lines. Characters are hearts. Model sheets go up on the walls. Every character has a guide. Head shapes, eye sizes, turnarounds. Keep it on model, Khalid say. Let the acting be free, but let the shape be true. The team fights for clarity. If a pose reads well in silhouette, the audience will understand it quickly. If the line of action is strong, the feeling will be strong too. Story rooms grow busy and loud. Boards cover the walls, hundreds of panels with arrows and notes. Writers pitch gags, animators pitch acting. Someone mimes a walk across the room, trips and lands in a chair with perfect timing. Laughter and pencils fly at the same time. When a board is weak, Walt leans forward. What does the character want here? He asks. What is the cleanest way to show it? He is warm, but he is exact. Music joins early, not late. Composers visit the story room. They tap the table as they read the boards. Dum, hold the hit. They and the animators build rhythm together. The score does not decorate the picture. It supports the picture. The joke lands on the beat. The tear falls in a quiet bar. Everything serves the story. Color pushes the team to look deeper. A sunset can be pretty. It can also be a goodbye. A blue room can be cool. It can also be lonely. The team writes these thoughts on the margins of the boards. Warm equals safe. Green equals new. Purple equals magic. Red equals danger, but softer here. Choices become language. Not all days are smooth. A new camera jams. A paint cracks. A scene looks dead after a week of work. A young animator feels small and says, I cannot get this right. A lead sits beside him and redraws the first pose. Start here, she says. You're closer than you think. He breathes. He tries again. The second pass is better. The third is good. The fourth is better than good. The room claps. The public notices. Reviews say the shorts look richer and move smoother than before. Children point at the screen and reach toward it. Parents say, I've never seen colors like this. The studio's name begins to mean care. Walt does not stop at color. He wants longer stories, deeper arcs, real fear, real hope, and a real ending that earns the smile. People warn him, a full-length cartoon will fail. Children will not sit that long. Adults will not come. It will be too costly. The words circle his head. He also watches his team. They can carry big feelings now. They can make the smallest blink tell the truth. They can turn a forest into a character. He thinks, if our shorts can hold laughter and a tear in 6 minutes, maybe a feature can hold a whole life in 1 hour and more. He tests the idea in small ways. Can the audience care about a character with no real voice, just sounds and acting? Yes. Can fear be shown without cruelty? Yes. Can a heart break and mend in drawings? Yes. Each yes is a step across. River.Roy runs numbers again. Cameras, paint, cells, salaries, music, time. The total is higher than any number they have seen. He looks at Walt. Walt looks back, steady. If we fail with care, I can live with that, Walt says. If we refuse to try, I cannot. The team gathers for a late meeting. Walt stands by a wall of boards. He speaks simply. We know how to be funny, he says. Now, let's also be true. Let's make a full-length picture that feels like a living story. Colors that breathe. Music that holds a hand. Acting that makes you forget it is a drawing. Silence follows. Then a hand goes up. "I'm in," says one animator. Another nods. A painter smiles through worry. A background artist whispers, "We'll make forests that feel like home." The room is afraid and brave at the same time. That is a good sign. They choose a big story, a full-length cartoon, a classic tale with danger, kindness, music, and a true heart. People whisper, "This will fail." Some call it Walt's folly, a joke, a warning. A dare. Walt listens, then goes back to the boards. He sees a path. He sees dark forests, bright cottages, and a queen like ice. He sees a girl who sings with courage. He sees friends who are small in size and large in love. He says, "We will make it honest. We will make it beautiful. We will make the audience forget they are watching drawings." The studio becomes a village of work. Background painters build forests that feel deep and cool. Layout artists plan each shot like a stage. Animators act with their pencils. They study faces in mirrors. They test how fear looks in the eyes and how joy lifts the shoulders. The music team hums themes in the hallway. A tune for hope, a tune for danger, a tune for home. The days grow long. The nights grow longer. Some artists sleep on couches. Some wake to an idea and run back to their desks. There are laughs. There are tears. A scene that took 2 weeks looks wrong and must be done again. Another scene flows on the first try. The work is a river, slow in places, fast in others, but always moving. Money runs thin. The budget stretches like old rubber. Roy walks from bank to bank. He explains the plan with steady words. He believes because he must. Loans arrive like small bridges over deep water. Each bridge holds another month of work. The pressure is real. The desks hold pencils, and Hope. Walt watches rough cuts in a dark room. He is quiet. He sees what is strong and what is weak. He writes notes in short lines. Clear eyes hold the pause. Less business, more feeling. He wants the audience to feel the story in the bones, not just see it with the eyes. He asks for retakes even when it hurts. He knows care now will save regret later. The team pushes toward truth. The queen must feel cold without many words. A shadow works harder than a speech. The girl must feel brave without being loud. A slow breath before a song can tell the truth. The dwarfs must be different but belong together. One walks heavy, one blinks fast, one smiles with his whole face. Small choices make big hearts. At a test screening. The room is still. Then the room breathes. A child squeezes a parent's hand. During the chase, a woman wipes her eyes during a quiet goodbye. A man laughs at a simple gag and then keeps smiling. The team looks around and understands. The feeling is working. Premiere night arrives. Lights glitter outside a grand theater. People in bright clothes step out of cars. The cast and crew feel two things at once, fear and pride. They sit. The room darkens. The curtains open. The film begins. The forest is deep. The cottage is warm. The music wraps the room. Laughter comes in waves, then silence, then tears, then cheers. When the last note falls, the room rises. Hands clap. Feet stamp. Some people keep clapping even when their hands must ache. The word folly melts and runs away. The team steps into the night air. They are tired and shining. Walt looks at Roy. Roy looks at Walt. They do not speak for a moment. They do not need to. They know what this means. The studio can pay its debts, invest in new tools, and dream again bigger, but also wiser. Reporters write about a miracle. But inside the studio, they know it was not magic alone. It was pencil lines made 1,000 times. It was notes, retakes, and respect for the audience. It was courage with a clock and a budget. It was teamwork with trust. Success brings new weight. People expect more now. More stories. More beauty. More truth. The studio grows, and growth is not only joy. It is also responsibility. Departments add people. Schedules tighten. Opinions grow strong. Not everyone agrees. Not every day is kind. Walt walks through the halls and thanks the teams. He also asks hard questions. How do we keep the heart? How do we protect the standard? He knows a good name is easy to lose. He knows the next film must earn love. not borrow it from the last one. Night falls after the great day. Walt stands, alone for a minute in an empty theater. The screen is white now. He can almost see the next story begin to move on it. He smiles, but his face is thoughtful. Victory is sweet, but it is not a bed. It is a door. Success fills the halls, but it also brings noise. More people join, more schedules, more opinions. The studio is bigger now. Big places can lose their heart if leaders do not listen. Tension grows. Some artists say the pay is not fair. Others say the pace is too hard. Rumors fly like paper in a wind. One day, the rooms feel colder. Sharp words replace soft jokes. A strike begins. Pickets at the gate. Signs in hands. Friends now stand on two different sides of the street. Walt feels hurt. He thinks of long nights and shared dreams. He thinks of the early days when they had more hope than money. He walks past the lines and hears voices he knows. Some are angry. Some are simply tired. He wants to argue. He also wants to understand. He knows a hard truth. Leadership is not only vision. Leadership is hearing pain. Meetings follow. Long talks. Short tempers. Walt explains the studio's costs. The artists explain their needs. Words do not fix everything, but words can open a door. A strike does not end in one day. It ends because people keep talking. When it is over, the hurt does not vanish. Still, the work continues. The studio learns a lesson in trust that will take time to grow back. Then the world shakes. War spreads across oceans. The studio must change to survive. Entertainment slows. Contracts arrive for training films and public messages. The subjects are serious. The deadlines are strict. Creativity wears a uniform now. The teams adapt. Animators use their skills to teach. A friendly character explains safety. A simple chart shows a complex idea. The films are clear, fast, and useful. The money keeps the doors open. The spirit learns discipline. Yet the rooms miss the deep magic of fairy tales. Walt walks the stages at night. He runs a hand across a silent camera. He whispers, "We will dream again." He does not know when. He only knows they must keep the flame alive. So he looks for small places where wonder can breathe. Nature is one. He sends small teams outside. They watch rivers, mountains, and deserts. They sketch light on leaves. They study how a deer steps, how a waterfall falls, how clouds build and break apart. They bring the wild world back to the screen in short films with careful sound. The audience learns to see beauty that was always there. The artists find fresh air for their eyes. Live action experiments also begin. Real actors. Real sets. The crew learns new tools. Mistakes happen. Good. Surprises happen too. The studio grows more flexible. It can sing in more than one key. Inside, the training continues. Young artists draw hands, feet, and faces. Older artists teach acting and rhythm. Story teams practice simple, strong beats. What does the character want? Walt asks again and again. How do we show it in the clearest way? He is still exact. He's also quieter now. The strike taught him to listen first.